Hello, hope everyone's doing well. And happy 5th anniversary to Azur Lane. So this will be my 5th anniversary live stream recap for you. Trim it down. It's about an hour long, so it's not terribly long. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of just like, Overall, it was an okay live stream. Nothing too exciting other than the new event and new ships. So yeah, let's just get into it. First up, we have the Full Scales, a new French event. This will be centered on the World Expo, and Marco Polo is supposed to play a big role, so I will play the PV at some point during this video. What about now?
成績を偽り野望のために踊り狂う哀れな道化。裁きを下すのは光ではなく牙持つ玉座の影。ええ、お楽しみはこれからよ。アズールレーン期間限定イベント開催。
And so yeah, we have some new friendships. So we got right there. So this is Manu, Clemenceau. French pronunciations not my strong point, but she is a Richelieu class. So now we have all 4 of the Richelieu class, the 2 that were mostly completed, and the 2 that were not. That being Richelieu, Jean Bart, Clemenceau was the 3rd in line, and then Gascon was the 4th. So here she is. You can tell she's a Richelieu because she has the quad turrets, and also she has these layout of secondaries on her actual design. They're in the stern of the ship, but it's 3 in an interesting combination that I'm not a fan of. So you can see 1, 2, and the 3rd's up there. Next up, we have Guichen, a light cruiser. So she's got a big hat, she's got a clock, so I'm wondering if she'll have some kind of slowing ability. So yeah, if you like big hats and witches, good news. There's 2 ships like this in this event. Next up is Painleve. Anyway, she is an aircraft carrier, so now we have 2 of the Joffrey class aircraft carriers. So this will be Joffrey's sister. 3 French aircraft carriers in total, if I'm remembering correctly, because Bern is also one. Good news, if you like her, good news. She is available in the event shop and also as a map drop. So yeah, don't worry about if you don't pull her, because you can get her elsewhere pretty easily. Yeah, very nice design. Really like all these designs, really nice. Next up is Suffren. She was the one that there was a cutout of her at Anime Expo, and at some point I couldn't figure out what the hell because there wasn't Jean Bart and Richelieu next to her at the time. So I thought maybe that, and she didn't have her rigging. So just her with her spear, so I thought maybe a Grand Blue Fantasy cutout got moved. She is an elite heavy cruiser. There she is, of her own class. And then we have Lyon, an elite battleship. A lot of World Warship players probably know her. But also, big hat, witch outfit. And then we have, lastly, Kersaint, a Vaclin class destroyer. She's elite rarity. So yeah, Vaclin's sister. It says she's her intro thing says she's a super destroyer. That makes sense. The French are building like really big, really fast destroyers. So yeah, we can definitely tell that she is a large destroyer by her design. This looks very different from Vaclin. She's closer to Tartu. And also for new ships, so not necessarily new ships, but also being added as part of the anniversary, we have a retrofit for West Virginia. This represents when she was sunk, almost completely destroyed during the Pearl Harbor attack, and they raised her up, basically rebuilt her from the ground up, and she was there for the surrender of Japan. So yeah, very nice that that historical significance was portrayed. And her design as a whole, I like her design. I'm not a huge fan of the background. You know, the water, it's to represent her coming up and all that. If I can disable the background, I like it a lot more. Yeah, so pretty cool. West Virginia. And then we have some skins, obviously, for this event. So, Painleve, the aircraft carrier, she gets this nice yoga skin, and I'm a big fan of it. Yep. Yeah, very nice. It's dynamic, so have some movement to it. Won't be full LTD. Dynamic skins are really nice. They're basically better than the year 1 LTDs at this point. Next up, we have Lyon doing some exercise. When I was watching the live stream, and I recorded my reaction, but the audio was messed up for what they're saying in the live stream. So I was looking at this resistance band. I zoom in too much, it gets a little blurry. But I didn't realize at first that it was wrapping around her shoulder, under her armpit, and then around her back and back up again. I thought it was just around her neck. Like, that can't be safe. Yep, here she is doing some stretching. Another skin I really like is Kersaint Dynamic jogging skin. It's very, very nice. Staying hydrated. And then we have Suffren doing tennis. So maybe we'll have a sports anime of the tennis players. Well, this Manju's saying no tennis. It says impulsive instant, so I'm thinking she might be a higher energy ship, maybe along lines like San Francisco. That's what I'm starting to get the vibe of. And then we have Clemenceau's L2D, so she's the main focus, gets L2D. Overall, I like the design. Not a huge fan of the hair. It just, I don't know. Just the shading on it and the coloration. not terribly a huge fan of, but she definitely looks a lot like John Bart in this image. And then we have Guichen. She is doing some ice skating in a kind of a black swan dress. So very nice. And then we have Kiev getting a skin. Now this will be a free skin. All you have to do is complete missions. So it'll be, 7 days of missions, and then you get a free Kiev skin. So if you have her and want a nice skin for her, there you go. If you don't have her, then you'll have the skin for when she reruns. And like, oh, I'd like to get Kiev because I have her skin. They're really nice. And now we have a West Virginia skin. I really like this one, mostly because it's a 3-for-1, so you get West Virginia, Colorado, and Maryland all in the same skin. So yes, it's really nice. Big fan of it. You can just have it and then pick your favorite of the 3, so you can just zoom in on your secondary screen and say, oh, I just want to have Colorado or just Maryland. So yeah, that's really nice. We have a very special L2D next, Helena. I really like this. It's her first L2D, which is surprising, honestly. Helena's fairly popular. I mean, she only got her Oath skin recently, so I guess that makes sense. So yeah, very nice. I don't have a preview of the L2D. I think they're still working on it. And speaking of Oath skins, we have the Yorktown Oath skin. So this will be for Yorktown 1. So if you want to have it in Yorktown 2, you'll have to Oath them. And I believe it will transfer over because they have the skin link between ships like that. So like Yorktown, Yorktown 2, Akagi, Akagi Muse, or just any of the Muse ship in their original variants. Obviously, they didn't show off the whole thing, so you don't have to speculate and wait till it comes out. Yeah, if you like Yorktown, there you go. And as a last little thing they had at the end, there was a skin they released just at the very end of the live stream, and that is the Enterprise Swimming Diving Live 2D. And I'll have the preview playing while I'm talking here. Yeah, very nice. They had a kind of a different variant. I think it was just a more censored version where there's like a white band on her cleavage area for the Itachi Cars for the anniversary physical event. Yeah, overall, really nice skin. Of course, she's gonna get another skin. She's the mascot. Makes sense. So yeah, that is all for the new skins. Move on to the next section. So there's some more skin updates, but I want to put them in this other section with the PR stuff, because there's a little more PR stuff coming up after this. But we have dynamic effects for Kearsarge and Hidenburg, so they'll have some little like moving animations, like Hakuryu, Jersey, most of the URs or DRs at this point will have some form of dynamic art. Honestly, one problem with the dynamic art is they basically keep the same expression. So if you do like the various touch lines or voice lines, they don't actually change their expression. So sometimes they'll have like a funny face they make or a shocked face, and you want to see it, but you don't get to see it on the dynamic art. It just kind of stays with the thing. That's a trade-off of the dynamic art. And sometimes they have the layers wrong. So like New Jersey's, I think, is still messed up with her little wing that comes out her back is on the wrong layer, so it's in front of her. Next up in PR news, we have Fate Sim 5 for the PR 5 ships. So Chkalov, Prinz Rupprecht, and Harbin will all be getting Fate Sims. Harbin, definitely interested in that one because I'm still working on her for PvP fleet, so definitely be more than likely be very strong in that regard. As for Prinz Rupprecht, I've built her. I have not used her, but there's plenty of Prinz Rupprecht fans will be happy with this. And Chkalov, I have not touched her at all. I don't know what she does, so hopefully this makes her better. Yeah, so that's all the PR news. Hopefully there's a little more. Maybe we'll get that A-Gear Fate Sim that they were talking about. I thought they'd have prior to A-Gear. Whenever they would have a Fate Sim come out for a DR, they would have a catch-up campaign right beforehand. And so when they had the A-Gear one around the time of the Bismarck 2 event, I thought there would be a A-Gear Fate Sim. There was not, unfortunate. But let's go back to the news. So we have the event kind of area. So you'll be able to click on these various things, and it'll take you to like mini games. This one right here will be the wishing well, the shop for skins, and various things. So yeah, this will be event hub, won't be missions and all that stuff. So yeah, pretty nice. Nice little castle they had in the anniversary live stream. Next up is the dorm furniture. This is very nice. Really like this. I just think, of course, they have to put the bed in the bathtub in here. It just feels kind of weird having like all this various things. Like if we could kind of put dividers in, section it off, that'd be nice. Yeah, very nice dorm. Little starter statues we have going on here. I don't know why Nimi's Z23 is kind of looking sad over there. Hamini, cheer up, your silly Katniss. And then we have the gear skins. So we have the invitation ticket, some bubbles. We have statues of the starters, so that's pretty funny. I wonder what... It'll be some kind of gun. Either destroyer or cruiser guns, I'm imagining. And then we have the larger cruiser guns and the battleship guns ammo, gear skins. So you can shoot some bourbon and a rocket and a bouquet, a key and a lantern. And for the planes, you have a floating castle, a couch, a magical carriage, and then I think this will be just some other stuff, other goodies. I don't know what Those be equipped too. Yeah, so this is the gear skin. That's all I have for this section. All right, moving on. All right, so we have some goodies here. So this will be sent out after maintenance on Wednesday night / Thursday morning, depending on your time zone. There'll be 600 gems, 6 copies of the Universal Prints for PR6. They can be used for PR6 and lower. 6 copies of the really good dorm food that fills up half the bar. We have 1 Oath ring, so, you know, you can Oath your favorite ship, or one, maybe a new friendship you get. Or, you know, if you use the wishing well, you can get one of those chips from there. And then 600 cognitive chips and 60 cognitive rays. They put this out as the correction. I'm pretty sure this is what I saw. So I don't know if it'll be multiples, you know, 500, 6, or 500, 5, 5, 550. But, you know, it's nice, you know, if we get a little extra. And next up, internet, mini events. So the wishing well will be returning. Good, because I made a whole video on it. It'd be very embarrassing if that didn't actually happen. So I'll link that in the description around the timestamp for this section. So go check that out. Want to know about the wishing well and who I recommend grabbing from it. Other furniture sets will be rerunning. So from older events, the furniture that was there, you can grab it now. And then there'll be a double gem reset. So if you haven't gone to purchase gems, what you can do is your first purchase of any pack, you get double the gems. So what I like to do is just, if I'm going to buy gems, I just wait till I have a double and I just spend it on that. So usually I'll just get like the big one and just get double the gems. And so it's double for each pack. Once you use it, you have to wait till the next anniversary to spend it. So if you haven't done it already and you want to buy gems, I'd recommend do it now, so you have the double gem pack after the anniversary reset. So make sure you do it before maintenance on the 17th. That is all for this section. Next up is merchandise that was announced in the live stream. So if you want to get some cool merch, I'm gonna go over what it is, so you know about it, because sometimes people are like, oh, I would have got it, but I didn't know about it. So you can get all this in the YoStar store. I'll have the link in the description during this timestamp area. Yeah, so it's just some collection of photos I took, and I had a very funny moment watching this. I was just so shocked at what I saw. But it's not this. Look at this man. He's focusing, channeling the power of the cube. Yeah, some really nice stuff. Yeah, so let's go over to the store, and I'll go over what everything is. So, browser. So first up, we have socks and wristbands as a set. You can get them in either Iris Libre themed or Vishaya themed, so blue and white or black and red. I was getting a little worried during the live stream because I didn't realize it was a wristband. I thought the guy was gonna slide it all the way up his arm. Like, oh, I don't know if people want to be buying that. You know, it's a little suspect. A red band with some markings on the side. You might get the wrong idea. Yeah, some socks. I'm not really interested in these socks, just because stuff like this, I'd get it and I'd be too worried about messing it up to actually wear it. So, yeah, not a huge fan of socks that are designed or nice. I just get cheap socks. We have an anniversary table mat. So, this will be the artwork that we've seen several times. It's not really zooming in for me. So you have to take a look at yourself. So, you put it under your keyboard, that kind of stuff. Next up is a Royal Navy teacup set. So it'll have Queen Elizabeth on the front and Warspite on the back, and also comes with a saucer. So you have a nice little teacup. And I'm talking about it's pretty well insulated, so you don't burn yourself, and it's got a handle that's supposed to be designed to really help you not get burned. So that's nice. Next up is the Titty mouse pads. So we have Bremerton and Hornet 2. They were showing these off, and the guy was showing off how well his wrist is supported by this. So apparently it's designed to be very wrist supporting. And they gave away one of these Hornet ones at the actual physical event. So yep, if you want to get some Titty mouse pads of Bremerton or Horton, there you go. Or Hornet. There you go. Next up is the thing I lost it. It's tissue boxes, but you pull the tissues out of the cleavage of either Formidable, Dido, or Implacable. And it's just, you can get out the top, but just, you can pull it out the cleavage, and that's just the most ridiculous thing to me. So yeah, that was definitely the highlight of the merch for me, was the fucking tissue boxes. I just found that really funny. And then we have the plush slippers of Ironblood riggings. You can get some nice slippers. There you go. There's a pin for the 5th anniversary. It says 5th anniversary on it, as you'd expect. And they announced some new plushies. So this will be Akagi and Kaga, and they're miniature plushies. So these are fairly small. But yeah, get you just some little plushies. Very wholesome. Hopefully these two never do anything wrong ever. Next up is the actual box. So this is $90. It's very pricey, but you can see everything that's in it. So you get art books. So it'll be 2 art books. If one of them you can get separately. Some of the stuff like the tie and the cube. I know the cube for sure is limited to the box only. Yep, so there's box contents. Illustration volumes 1 and 2. Wisdom Cube Nightlight. Okay, so that's why there's a little orb in the middle, because it lets a light. It lights up. Cool. You get a pin. So that was the pin we mentioned before. You get an Essex tie. Oh, you get the drunk Essex tie. That's pretty cool. There's a wallet included of Yorktown 2. There is a painting, and this was kind of small when they're holding it up. So it's not a huge painting, but it's framed. So that's nice. And yeah, so that is the merchandise. I believe everything I covered individually is what you can buy individually. And everything that was in this bundle is only in this bundle. I like the drunk Essex tie, I will admit. Because no one's going to look there. I like the drunk Essex tie, and I like the nightlight. So, you know, that's some pretty cool stuff. Alright, next section.
Hi guys and gals, Joe Martinez on the USS Hornet Museum, and happy birthday to the Azur Lane community. I hear it's a pretty cool game. You've been around for 5 years. That's pretty cool stuff.
Hi there! Happy 5th anniversary, Azur Lane from the USS Hornet Sea, Air, and Space Museum.
Happy 5th anniversary, Azur Lane.
Hi, this is Russell Moore. I work at the USS Hornet. I just want to say happy 5th anniversary to our friends at Azur Lane.
This is Commander Tab on the USS Hornet. Happy anniversary, 5th anniversary, Azur Lane.
No, yeah, I'll absolutely just get that to you right over there. Oh, hey, Azur Lane, happy 5th birthday from all of us here at the USS Hornet.
Hi, my name is Laura Fees, and I'm Chief Operations Officer here at the USS Hornet Sea, Air, and Space Museum. I wanted to congratulate Azur Lane for 5 years and a happy 5th year anniversary. We're looking forward to seeing you on August 13th. See you then.
Alright, hope you liked the little section from the Hornet staff that I include right before this. So this is Hornet, her outside view. And then, so overall for the event, this was the little plaque outside with Doolittle Raid. I didn't realize that they loaded the B-25 bombers in Alameda, California. So that was really cool to find out. I'll just kind of go through these photos. Yeah, overall, the event, it was nice. I had a lot of fun. Line wasn't too long. They said the first 2,000 people that show up get in for free. I don't think they quite got to that. So, but honestly, that was nice because it was not super packed. It was a lot more space than there was at CarrierCon. So I was grateful for that. It's not, you know, bumping into people. It's super hot in there. Everyone's all sweaty and stinky. So yeah, it was really nice with that in that regard. I feel like they missed out a bit on merch sales because they didn't have an actual booth for merchandise, which was unfortunate. They had some demos and stuff, and they had some free stuff they gave out, and I'll talk about that in a minute. I'll get to it. But yeah, overall, it was okay. I had a lot of fun, but I also had a friend with me, and we found another guy to hang out with. So yeah, it was two of the merry bunch of us kind of wandering around, looking at stuff. So yeah, we had there was this photo here. I posted on my community section because they said, hey, you want to get some free merch if you post this and hashtag Azur Lane 5th anniversary. It's like, all right. And so I got a free San Diego towel from this. So that was nice merch. I have a photo of me holding it, both sides. I'll show later on. And yeah, so you can see there's a good amount of people in here, but it's not overly packed. And so it's just because there's another merch section down here, past this gentleman with the afro. So a little past where Hornet is there. Another merch station, so that's why people were clumped up there. But overall, it wasn't too busy. There's a little invitation ticket they gave me, and I got a little wristband. And when to let you in, you had to show them your commander profile to show, hey, I actually play Azur Lane. So it's not just some random people showing up. It was a private event. Here's a diagram of the elevator, because it does work, as I found out. They actually transported a plane up there not too long ago. Here's Hornet's kind of career sheet of all the stuff she did. See, she helped sink Yamato down here. She shot down a lot of planes. There's Musashi. Another shot of Musashi. Overhead view, or on the flight deck. There's a jet they moved. Grim Reapers, this was a squadron, not this plane in particular, but the Green Reaper squadron was on Enterprise originally, and they moved to Intrepid, and they kind of bounced around after that. But for the period I generally cover, that's the Grim Reapers, that's what they served in. There was a kind of like a live show type deal where they had an MC, they had some music, they had cosplayers come up because they had some official cosplayers there, and they kind of show off their costumes. So I will have that towards the end of the video. We'll probably wrap it up with that. Here's me with the San Diego towel. So you can see it says San Diego on it. And then the flip side says Watashi wa #1. So I was walking around with my San Diego towel over my shoulder. Yeah, that merch was nice. The other merch station, I don't have a photo of it, but if you played the White Day minigame in the arcade, and you show them your score afterwards, you can get either 2 like keychain plushies of either Oxy Cola bottle or Shrimpy with some tempura around him, so he just looks like he's in a little blanket, or some character pins of the starters. Here's a big banner of Hornet, and so the minigame one was right below this. That's why there's a massive line. Overall, the live show was pretty nice. The MC had a lot of energy. Compared to CarrierCon, they actually had the audio-video stuff working. That was really nice. That was proper. And yeah, the cosplayers fantastic. When we go through their section, I'll probably just play it all. I apologize for low quality, but that's just, my phone's not the greatest. If I'm going to more of these kinds of events, I'll probably get like some kind of camcorder, so it's a little better. No, it's not just on my phone, which gets all scratched up and dinged up. My friend with Essex had a little cupcakes type deal. There's a very, very large plane. It's a Avenger torpedo bomber. So yeah, these things, you think they're smaller than they actually are, but no, this thing is massive. There's me with John Bart. There's a scale model of the B-25 bombers that bombed Tokyo with the Doolittle raid, compared to how big the OG Hornet was, or OG Carrier Hornet was. So yeah, these are a tight fit. I found a model of San Diego, so we put her up next to it. And here's a painting recreating the sinking of Yamato. Yeah, so that was the, and here's me back here. So yeah, that was the event. Overall, I feel like there's some missed opportunities without like proper place to buy merch. They did some merch giveaways at the live station where they were, doing, MC was talking. They did some giveaways. They did some draws. They had some people come up and do quizzes. That was pretty nice. They had a little cosplayer dance show. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I think next up I'll do the Itashi cars next. I'll just have the videos I took show up and then move on to the cosplayers. Yeah, hope you enjoy the next little bit.
There she is right there. And if you are seeing on the head, this is the wonderful Lady Aurora cosplay. She's been cosplaying for more than 10 years, and she has won many awards and competitions. I think she's actually one of the best Musashi cosplayers. I can't take a tag for anything, but Ridley. She's been cosplaying for more than 10 years, and she's a costume designer, matter of fact, as well. You see this here right here, folks? She constructed this Implacable cosplay all by herself. As well. She is walking her. Give it up for Massachusetts! This is very early enough. She's not playing for more than 10 years. I gotta tell you this right now. You are on this ship right now. Give it up for USS Hornet CD-12! This is part of that cosplay. She is a costume designer as well. Award-winning cosplayer. She is famous for such cosplay as her One Piece cosplay. Because if you watch One Piece, you know she's super! The other hand, for you know that USS Enterprise is one of the most famous figures in the game. Well, guess what? She just got a brand new race queen skin, and she is actually getting a new swimsuit skin. Give it up for Airline Cosplay, sporting race queen Enterprise! She is one of our best cosplayers ever. Won the best cosplay contest. Give it up for Atlan Island 42 Yes! She's very sleepy, folks. She's been running on 2 hours of sleep. You guys know she's laughing since she's sleepy all the time. I can tell you what, folks, these VR ships, they take quite a while. And I know the sisters of these Hourglass heavy cruisers ought to go and the cow. Here are 11 cosplayers over here on the cow, OED. And our comical are indeed and wipe with and lose your dreams. I am Nani. What is on these wonderful Miss Laffey Combo? Giant blue Shinano! Borderline, hold on to you! We love to see it, folks. Who loves to know? Who thinks will take your belongings? Taiwan! Borderline, wonderful, part-time, ADD! We have Helena!
So I hope you enjoyed my terrible video recording skills of the cosplayers on the runway. So up here we have Hornet. After they just gave her the Hornet mouse pad just because the cosplayers did a fantastic job. So yeah, so she got the mouse pad for that. They had some of the other ones win a Shinano mouse pad. So yeah, it was very nice that they gave him stuff because they worked really hard on these costumes. And then last photo is I got the Implacable cosplayer to take a picture with me. So it was very nice. Very good job. And so yeah, we'll wrap this up, finish off the thing with the little dance show, and that'll be the end of the video. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.